How many of you guys are on TikTok? Facebook? So not just ni msimu wa siasa. So mnaonanga tu syllabus vinasonga, si ndio? That means leadership is on the verge of changing, but you've also seen the different changes. And then also when you look at professional leadership, as Sarah talked about, the lady from ABL going to APA, which is about Genga. Yes. So you've seen how leadership's changing. Women are now taking over, and not let me say now taking over, but now there's literally a power shift. So women are more in leadership, and it's really amazing. And we want to take that also for ourselves and take advantage of this once in a lifetime, life-changing technologies that are at our fingertips to actually lead change in our own lives. So yes, we may not be the president of a bank, we may not be, a CEO of something, but we definitely will have changed our lives in this time. And that is like the very most important thing. So then our lives are not the same. Vision 2060. In 2016, as they are now in 2016. So I think for you, Dr. Winnie, I'll just ask you in the area of healthcare, and of course you've seen the different changes and advancements that have happened in technology. What has that done for you as a leader in that space? And what should you tell another person who is in the healthcare space how to, approach the different changes and how to, use them, maximize them? As Phanice said, be a capitalist in that sense, yeah.
Thank you so much. So back to the AI innovation, and I think that speaks to what we've been saying. In the field of aesthetics and dermatology, what we've seen recently, every day, every single day, there's something new that is coming in. So what has put me to the edge is always being in the lookout of what is coming next. And that doesn't look like staying home. This time means you're also eyeing globally and the type of research that is being done. What are we anticipating in the next 2 years? So that you run ahead of time in terms of knowledge, skills. And speaking to leadership doesn't wait. Because leadership looks like you own the space, and the space, it doesn't mean the office, the higher office. It means the where you are at. If you're selling something, okay, we're back. If you're selling clothes, right? What do you need to look in the fashion space in the next 1 year, 2 years? How is it gonna look like? So the time now is when you cultivate the future of the 2 years, 3 years. And one of my mentors once told me, the outliers are usually the people who run ahead of time. By the time a technology lands in Kenya and it becomes a trend, you need to have had it maybe a year or two earlier. You've already made your money, return on investment is there. So by the time you're saying it's a trend, we need to buy this, you already closed it and moved on to the next. So what I would say to that question, always look ahead, look globally, not locally, so that you're able to run ahead of everyone else in terms of the area of the space that you are in.
Thank you. Pass it to Scovia, please. I know. So this question is to Scovia. You're in the fashion industry, and that industry, as much as we love fashion and we love looking good, we sort of see people in the fashion industry as though they are showy, or like they're always looking to be different from others, yet they're still individuals. So for you, how do you balance being authentic and building a commercially viable, business in the fashion industry? Because I know because you want to be creative, and you want to be a cut above the rest or different, but then you still want to be authentic and you still want to run a commercially viable enterprise. Yeah, I think there's a tension over there. So I don't know how you walk it.
Thank you, Violette. That has always been a constant battle, but I think right now we're getting ahead of things. When we started out, I'm a creative, so I tend to just do things because I think they look nice. And I think what I thought I was doing, I was making things that were nice to me, but my taste is not everyone's taste. So initially I used to make things that I thought were nice. Then you put it out into the market, it might not bring you the returns that you thought they would. So right now we have a whole process of looking at the designs before they go into the market, and just seeing, now that we've decided we're releasing these pants, how do they look on a small size? How do they look on a size 18? How will they look on a size 24? Who is going to buy these pants? Not Scovia, but not Kiki, not my employees. What do the clients think about it? Because at the end of the day, you're running a business, and if it's not bringing in the money, then it makes no sense. So it's a constant battle, but we've put in systems in place and processes to make sure that at least anything that goes into the market has a higher chance of bringing in revenue. Of course, we have to insist that it's unique and celebrates African craftsmanship, but at the same time, it should make sense to the people who are buying it. Yeah.
Love it. So Phanice?
Yes.
So Phanice of Africa, you've literally been all over the continent and even under the continent. So side note, Phanice has been down to the mine shafts where they get the cobalt for the lithium in your phones and your computers. So she has been underground there seeing what's happening. Okay, as part of her work, of course, to understand the continent more. And of course, you've interacted with a lot of women.
Yes.
From the ones selling fish to the ones doing cross-border trade.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, people say women are taking over, I feel not yet, but I don't know from your lens, which spaces are women still not yet, where do you feel there's more room for us to occupy?
Women are not taking over.
Oh, okay.
Women are in the SME space, which is the backbone of the economies of this continent. And that is why people end up saying that women are taking over. But for me, I still feel there is so much in the area of policy where decisions are being made. Women are not there. Women are not in that space yet. And I mean, a good case in example is right now, we only have 2 women presidents in this continent. That is the president of Namibia and President Samia Suluhu Hassan. So when the decisions are being made, I mean, when they walk into those rooms, I get happy because they're only 2. You wish they could be more. Like, I remember President Samia was telling me last month at the AU, when we went for an AU meeting, and the president of Namibia did not come. So she was saying, oh my God, what are we going to do to improve this space? And forget about these things that you talk about, affirmative action, that a law must be created for you so that you can have more space. The space is already there. Bring the table. You don't have to wait for somebody to bring you that table. Bring the table and set that table for yourself and set the rules for yourself. Artificial intelligence has shown us that there are no rules. In fact, the governance rules, and Wakili will attest to it, is that the rules are following AI. When Aisho Speed landed in Africa, he did not come here with rules. He is setting the rules. The governance rules are the ones that are following him. And that is why I said, as you go tonight, we are at a very exciting moment to be alive at this point in time. The rules are in an equal playing field. AI is even governing politics, leadership. So don't wait and sit and say, I am a weaker sex. I am waiting to be set for the table so that I can come and take. I am waiting for a nomination. Go and set the rules, set the table. But I will say for me, we need more women in leadership. We need more women in finance, but just not in finance, in the banking halls as, sitting at, at the teller position. We need women up there where the decisions are being made. At the African Development Bank, when Dr. Adeshina walked in, there was only one woman who was a vice president at the bank. But he deliberately promoted women to a level whereby when the positions became vacant, we had a senior vice president who was a woman. We got a woman who was a VP for regional development. We got another woman. At least by the time he was leaving, women were at the top of the bank. So whether it is in finance, it is in AI, it is in decision-making process at policy level, and don't shy away from going for these positions like running for commissioner at AU, going for positions at Afri-Exim Bank. Nobody is going to give them to you. You have to set the table and take the table by yourself. You have to be deliberate in terms of choosing your own menu and how you want to eat it. Yeah.
Wow. Wakili, hold the microphone. So, you talk to us about, thinking about growing our businesses and managing them to the thought of what will happen when I'm not here, because that is, of course, the cycle of life. And of course, there's laws to even govern that. How far are we in terms of knowing our rights as women?
Yes, a very good question. The laws are there. The implementation is being done by the precedents that are set out by the courts every other day. And you can see it is moving affirmatively to protect and preserve women. It's a long way coming, but it started. Okay. The Constitution is there, the Matrimonial Property Act is there, and every day the courts pronounce themselves in a way that is forward-thinking for women and for families. While the reality is that on the ground, it's really different. True. Why? Because the conversation of what happens when you're not in the room is never had until a crisis happens. And that's a cultural problem. Our counterparts from different nationalities are faring, different races fare better because with them, there's no hush-hush or do not speak because you have already been spoken for by your leader or a certain person or the elder in the family. But finally, we're seeing the ability of people to come and go to court and say, hey, I have this issue. I need it mitigated. There's child custody that's at stake. I need that litigated. There's a family trust that needs to be set up for the preservation of the protection of the childhood of the the child of the family. That's being done right now. So, are the laws there? Yes. Do they help us? Yes. Is our cultural setup in a way inhibiting our ability to reap off the benefits of the laws that are there? Yes, in some respect, I do have to say that is a roadblock. But are we changing the script? Yes. By having more of these conversations where women come together and talk about the crucial issues, where they empower each other with the right means of setting themselves better and looking at themselves in the same way as they would look at the service that they run. How they run, the Mama Mboga runs the office, her office,
Yes.
office, the same level of perfection and professionalism that should be adhered to her own life and her own life arrangements. And I'm calling everyone to think around their lives in that respect for each person who's here and the service they run and the business they run. Have you audited yourself with the same standard?
We have just arrived.
That's what we like. And we're at a good place. We are at a good place.
Yes, thank you.
We have just arrived. You have brought us to the stage. Thank you.
I said this is just now to, of course, all of you. No to Scovia. Not to all of you, to Scovia.
Yeah.
I know you said that you started off your business. You started off a community, and then now using the community support, you're able to start off your business.
Yeah.
What has been one of the, is it
a trapdoor or it's like a trap of building influence in this society, and of course for you even beyond. What has that been like, where you feel like, hey, here I might one false move and because you're basically an influencer first. Let me say an influencer first before a businesswoman, but of course you're an influencer forever.
Yes. Thank you. As I said before, building publicly it demands a lot from you. When you own a business and no one knows you own that business, then you can literally move however you want to, because ideally no one is looking at you. But I'd said before that building publicly has helped me because I have a community that has able to move with me through the different stages in life, and now that I'm making clothes and people see the process and everything, they're able to trust us, they're able to give us referrals, they're able to also buy themselves, which has helped us grow faster. But also it comes with a lot. There's a lot of pressure to look a certain way. I have to try every week and wear part of my brand. I have to make sure, this week I have to wear these pants, or next week I have to. You see, those are things I don't have to think of if no one knows I own the brand, because at some point they'll be like, why are we buying from you if you don't buy your own products? So such pressures, how you move in public is also different. People put you at a certain pedestal, and you have to try as much as possible to act a certain way, which I don't like, and that's why I kept on saying that my next business I won't build publicly. But also, it's a 50-50 thing, honestly. So you take the positives and also manage the negatives.
I'm gonna ask you, Dr. Winnie, the question before I go to Madam Phanice. You're a mom of Gen Zs and Gen Alpha. So I'll ask you the question that everyone is always asked: what is your work-life integration? What does that look like for you as you're building your business and giving us our confidence back?
You seem almost want to ask, how do I balance between
I wanted to go with integration.
Integration, fine. So work has its space and now family has its space. So what I've managed to do is clearly define the days, the time, and when I need to be where. If it comes to work, if it comes to school meetings, if it comes to holidays, when does that has to happen? The clinic runs from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. I am in the clinic at 9 a.m. I'm in the gym in the morning, and I manage to drop the kids to school, get to the gym, come to the office, run with my patient, fully be there, because looking at both scopes, if I'm seeing my patients, I need to be present, really present in such a manner that I'm not seeing my patient and I'm thinking about maybe my son didn't get home safe, or my daughter has a school trip who is picking her and all that. So I've managed to structure a way that fits into them fully, that when I'm at work, I am with my patients, I'm there fully. When it comes into checking in with myself personally, with health, exercise, when do I need to go for checkups and all that, I am fully present. And then when I have to be with the family that time. So that calls for me to say no, even when a deal really looks lucrative. I'll give you a scenario where I was invited for a session and I knew the session was going to really pay well. Unfortunately, I had already paid for a trip for the kids. It was during a school holiday. So it looked like you need to pick a side. But since you have had a structure on how you run things, you're able to say, okay, fine, work will stay, the family will remain. So you eventually have to make really hard decisions. And sometimes no just means protecting your space, peace of mind, and making you fit into all aspects of your life as a woman. Yeah.
So did you take the job?
I went with the children.
Okay. Okay. This is for you, Wakili. It feels nice to say wakili. So I know you're on social media. Not so much. Maybe we need to take lessons from Scovia, but yes, that's like high honor. So when you talk, I know you see some of your clients on social media as well, and they may look successful. What does success mean to you, and what, especially now with the knowledge that you have, and what could you share about success and what the illusions of it are?
Thank you so much for that question. When I started my career, I thought success meant being the hardest worker in the room. And in terms of the space that I was in private practice, it meant files closed, fee and deals made, and getting to hire a position that would allow me to get a bigger, depth of work that would help me scale. But right now, when I look at it, success for me means building something that can outlive me. And that's what I've had to do. And I practice what I preach. Because for me, my work is based largely on the trust that I am able to develop with the people that I talk to.
Mm-hmm.
And I take my time to intentionally look at my client's life in a continuum. And that then has led me to talk about these issues because they fall in the gray, what I talk about in social media. And I have been part of the process of, I've been putting myself in the process of learning what I have, packaging that, and selling it, and knowing the difference between marketing and selling. Yeah. So, because the practice has been very rigid. It's called the issues that I talk about are affecting business owners every single day.
Yeah.
So speaking about continuity has a lot of resonance because people are going through the different phases of life: loss, departure, remarriage,
growth,
new deals coming in, better scaling, moving from SME to M, and beyond. And I have found a lot of people who look at legal as at the tail end, but now want to work with a partner who can understand where they are and as they go with them.
Yeah.
So I have really enjoyed that process of having to also come out of my own shell. Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
This is for Phanice of Africa. So you have basically just showed us that the African woman has a lot that she can reach for and grow towards.
Yes.
Not even go towards, grow towards.
Yes.
And that we literally haven't even scratched the surface. So for you, when you're doing your policy work and, you're heading AFAWA, which you're very proud about, and we're excited to tap into AFAWA, by the way. Guys, did you know AFAWA?
Yes.
We're getting money. Good. For our businesses. What is your vision, or what is your dream for the African woman and even girl child in 2035? And I'm, because I'm thinking it's not very far. It's like a decade from now, or less than a decade. When you cast your vision, what does that look like for us?
Africa at 2035. For me, when I look at Africa at 2035, I look at, we will have opened those doors.
Okay.
We will have created those tables. We will have laid that policy so that our daughters, our sisters, and our nieces, and also our brothers and our sons will have a place to sit, not as a token, but because they have earned the right to be there where the decisions are being made. We will have orchestrated it in such a way that as we go into the intelligence economy, Africa is at the center of it. So what are we doing now? We are laying the building blocks so that we can orchestrate for them to be part of the pie, not to be given, but to be shareholders in that 2035 from now on. Yeah.
I love it. Are there any questions? I want to invite at least a question or two. So then I don't hog them. We're going to have lunch with them and, I will distribute this pie. So that you choose the one you want to harass.
I do not want to reach near Wakili at all. I will go home with a heart attack.
Julie has a question.
For AFAWA, can an individual apply, or is it funds that are disbursed to banks and then you access the funding there?
They are disbursed to banks and then you access there. Because the African Development Bank, it's a multilateral lending institution. We create the products and negotiate and take to institutions. Because not to brag or anything, the balance sheet you will be asking for is not the same balance sheet James Mwangi will be asking for. So you would rather, deal with James Mwangi on this side, then he will come and deal with your balance sheet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So follow up. So is it these initiatives that banks are coming up with?
Yes.
Women?
Yes. Because we're giving the money at a concessional rate. So the women are able to access it and not at the normal banking lending rates.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I love that. Anyone else?
And there are institutions like the African Guarantee Fund for people like Scovia, who the AGF will guarantee you because you want to scale. And they also have, because AGF partners, it's an implementing partner of the African Development Bank when it comes to AFAWA. Okay. So AGF will guarantee the risk of the risk lending to Scovia. Yeah.
Lovely. Anyone else? Question for Winnie, Okay, Brenda, you can lead us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.